The meaning of tarot cards come from various sources. The most common are the position of the tarot cards on the Tree of Life, astrological correspondences, signs, planets and houses, the symbolism of tarot cards, the intuition of the tarot reader, and meanings that pertain to fortune telling. Most of the tarot card meanings you know today, and you can Google, are astrological correspondences and go back to the Golden Dawn and Arthur Edward Waite. Astrological meanings dominate at present because astrology is a divination tool and favors fortune telling. But these meanings are unsuitable for psychological tarot readings. If you are interested in an overview of the astrological correspondences, you can download a high-resolution chart by subscribing to the Enlightenment Tarot. You can find the link in the video description. Tarot card meanings are a bit of a mess, since the meanings that pertain to their position on the Tree of Life are mixed up with astrological correspondences, symbolic interpretations, and fortune-telling connotations. Let's have a look at what various tarotists say about the Five of Wands. Usually, tarotists consider the astrological significances of tarot cards. The Five of Wands represents the first decade of Leo, ruled by the Sun. Mind Gura expresses through the 22nd path, illustrated by Justice Karma card, and the 23rd path, illustrated by the Hanged Man Sacrifice card. For the Five of Wands, Paul Foster Case offers the keywords strife and competition. Strife is the consequence of swimming against the currents, the laws. Conflicts are consequences of trespassing. Paul offers the auspicious meanings of boldness, command, and generosity, and the inauspicious meanings of cruelty, violence, lust, and prodigality. He derived at these meanings by considering Leo characteristics. Leo natives are born rulers. Good rulers are bold, commanding in a positive way, and generous. Bad rulers are tyrants, meaning cruel, violent, and prodigal. According to Arthur Edward Waite, the Five of Wands signifies success in financial speculation. That's a valid meaning because people like Warren Buffett use the law of investment to their advantage. But the meaning is also strangely specific. Arthur also suggests that the Five of Wands may indicate that the querent's challenge may be turned to her advantage. This marks the karmic turning point when the querent ceases violating laws and instead make proper use of them. Arthur adds that this card represents imitation, such as a sham fight, but also encompasses strenuous competition and the struggles for riches and fortune, trickery and contradiction, connecting to the broader battle of life. We can lead to lifestyles, a competitive lifestyle and a creative lifestyle. The picture shows the competitive lifestyle, which an inauspicious Five of Wands may indicate. Since adhering to laws is a key to success, this card can serve as a promise of gold gain and opulence. However, it also suggests litigation and disputes. Litigation and disputes are matters of the 7th house of transactional relationships, ruled by Libra. Eteia, a French occultist and the first known professional tarotist, agrees with Arthur's meaning of opulence and court cases. Papus, another French occultist and the founder of the Martinist order, offers the meaning of obstacles surmounted. This marks the mentioned karmic turning point, which occurs when people cease violating laws and instead use laws to their advantage. MacGregor Mather, the founder of the Golden Dawn, claims that this card signifies gold, opulence, gain, knowledge, riches, fortune, and money. Those meanings refer to good karma, but are also astrological significances. As mentioned, Leo stands for our ability to rule our lives, our circumstances, relationships, jobs, businesses, and societies. Becoming a ruler leads to a power position, which brings wealth as well. Gregor also connects the Five of Wands to legal proceedings, judgment, law, lawyers, and tribunals, which goes back to the 7th house, ruled by Libra. Madame Le Marchand, a 19th century celebrated Parisian fortune teller, said that the Five of Wands signifies a person high in office who is well disposed toward the querent. Traditionally, the Five of Wands stands for Gura in Aziluth, the spiritual world. According to the psychological framework of the Enlightenment Tarot, the Five of Wands represents Gura of Tifereth. In this respect, the Five of Wands stands for law on the spiritual level of human expression, the Wands. While the Three of Wands signifies context, the Five of Wands represents the laws, rules, and structures of contexts, like spiritual, mental, biological, physical laws, and human rules. As a faculty of consciousness, the Five of Wands signifies the ability to navigate contexts and make use of laws. You know this ability also as expertise or competence. Those who lack competence may attempt to cut corners, bend and break rules, or try a head-through-the-wall approach. Take bureaucracy as an example. We don't like bureaucracy because it seems to put spokes in our wheels. But we need bureaucracy because bureaucracy stabilizes society, prevents abuse, and maintains a basic level of safety. Now, what is the best way of dealing with bureaucracy? Navigating it with competence. On the Tree of Life, the fives stand for Gura. Gura is the sphere of necessity and strictness. Strictness pertains to the rigidity of laws. Laws are merciless indeed. If you miss by an inch, you miss. If you don't watch where you're going, someone might run you over. Ignore the laws of social behavior and you will end up lonely. Mind that we don't only get karma from what we do, but also from what we fail to do. Neglect your marriage or business and you may lose them. The five wands in the picture form a pentagram, which is an ancient symbol of white magic. The upper tip of the pentagram stands for spirit, cosmic intention, and the higher self. The other tips represents the four human faculties: fire, wands, intention; water, cups, imagination; air, swords, intelligence; and earth, pens, action. As long as we let the higher self rule, keeping cosmic intention on top of the pentagram, our inner magician will remain in control of our four mental faculties. If the pentagram turns, for example by an emotionally taxing experience, the element that ends up on top may usurp the rulership of the higher self. If the pentagram turns so that personal intention ends up on top, our inner magician loses guidance and purpose. That may produce a power-hungry and tyrannical disposition. If imagination ends up on top, we are at the mercy of our imagination. Strong emotional reactions may trigger visual catastrophizing rampages. A sword in charge, unguided by wisdom, will tempt us to manipulate, bend the rules, and take advantage of people. If the pentagram comes to rest on top, it may introduce greed and materialism. Every tarot card represents a faculty or power of consciousness. We can use faculties of consciousness constructively and destructively, which produces either a fortunate or an adverse state of mind. Hence, every tarot card has these five core meanings. The five core meanings of the Five of Wands are: the faculty of consciousness is law, the positive use is observance of laws and technologicality, the negative use is disregardance, the favorable internal experience is resolve, and the adverse internal experience is incertitude. In essence, the Five of Wands signifies the working of laws. The scientific research of natural laws and their proper application led to the technological advantages we enjoy today. Mankind just needs to put the higher self back on top of the pentagram so it can guide us to the brotherhood and sisterhood of mankind. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Enlightenment Tarot and discovered an inspiration or two. Please help to spread the light with a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe. Love and light.